So the first thing, there's a list of items that you just need to have memorized. As usual, if you don't memorize them, the dragon will come to your house and eat you. Rawr. So make sure you do that. The first one is actually, the first two are ones that you already know. If f of x is the antiderivative of f prime of x, then that means that if we take the integral from a to b of f prime of x, then we're going to get f of b minus f of a. What's really key about that is it means that if we take the integral of velocity, we're going to get change in position. If we take the integral of acceleration, we're going to get change in velocity. Those are really key. We also know this one already. The average value of f of x from a to b is the integral of f of x from a to b, and then times 1 over b minus a. A couple of new ones. Please. A couple of new ones. In these problems, you're going to be asked sometimes for the net distance traveled from A to B, so that just means that if Moving Man, for example, or let's say the Little Dragon, if the Little Dragon starts right here and then goes over there and then comes back over here and then goes over there again, then the net distance traveled is from where it started, way back over here, right to where it ended. However, the total distance traveled counts both the time spent traveling backwards and forwards. So goes forward for a bit, then goes backward, that still counts as distance traveled, forward, backward. If it just kept going forward and backward and forward and backward and forward and backward for a long time, he could go for several miles and still have only in a total distance traveled, while the net distance traveled might still only be from here to here. So the net distance traveled is just the integral from A to B of velocity. It's basically saying what was the ending position minus the starting position. Whereas the total distance traveled is the integral of the absolute value of the velocity. Saying that we don't care which direction the dragon was headed, it's just how far did it travel overall. These last two you already know. The integral can also be expressed as the area under the curve, and the derivative can also be expressed as the slope of the tangent line. Those are going to come back into play again. One of the things to be aware of when you're asked for these things, or if you're just asked for the value of position, velocity, or acceleration at a specific time, you do not need to use the sign charts like we did before. Those were being used for maximum, positive, negative, increasing, decreasing, those sorts of problems.